Hey, what's up, cats and kittens? And shout out to all my Cerebralites. It is me, the Cerebral Diva, and I am back with another episode of In the Loop, where I keep you in the loop and in the know. All right, you guys. So let's get right into it. We're going to talk about TLC. More specifically, we're actually going to talk about Chili of TLC, and she's in a little bit of hot water right now. Well, actually, she's in boiling water. For some statements she made about Black Lives Matter versus All Lives Matter. Apparently she didn't get the memo. So they're out promoting their new album, their new single. I've heard two singles, one called Way Back and another one called Hater. If I'm being completely and totally honest, I thought the song Hater was a little corny. It looked to me like they were trying to sort of rehash the energy that they had on Waterfalls, but it just didn't quite work for me. So while I'm still on board for the album, I'm not really a fan of the song. It was just, I don't know, it just didn't do much for me. But anyhow, I'm not here to do a review about the song Haters. We're going to talk about an interview with Channel 4 News, and TLC was asked about what it's like being a black woman in Trump's America. When asked about the Black Lives Matter movement, Chili responded, "I think all lives matter. With the police brutality against these young black boys and stuff like that, all that kind of stuff is wrong. Even if it was a Caucasian teen it was happening to, it's just not right," Chili stated. Now, let me say this. She's absolutely right, okay? Brutality is not right against any race. Police should not wield their power, wield their authority recklessly, and use it to subjugate, and use it to oppress, and use it to intimidate. That's not what police officers are for. They're there to protect and to serve. But apparently some have not gotten that memo. However, contextually speaking, yes, we realize all lives matter. We get that. As black people, we understand that all lives matter. But this message, this narrative of Black Lives Matter is directed specifically to the penal system, the judicial system, to police officers, because we need them to be cognizant that Black Lives Matter and include that in All Lives Matter. Because for some reason, Black Lives Matter don't seem to matter to the degree that other lives have. And it's so frustrating to me when celebrities go out here and say all lives matter, as if by saying Black Lives Matter, you're trying to negate the lives of other people, okay? That's not at all what the movement is about. The movement is about putting a spotlight on a group of people who are being marginalized, singled out, stopped and frisked, beaten, wrongfully arrested, incarcerated at disproportionate rates. I mean, this movement is not about necessarily trying to undermine that all lives matter. We understand that. We get that. What we want the rest of the world to, and what we want the judicial system and law enforcement to understand is that if all lives matter, then treat us accordingly. And we don't have to say this. We don't have to issue this reminder. But until that happens, yes, Black Lives Matter. Because we need you to understand that. We need that mantra to echo in your consciousness when you're out there dealing with black boys. That these lives matter. When you're out there dealing with black women, that these lives matter. I don't know. Sometimes I think these celebrities who live these lives of privilege, especially these African-American celebrities, when they speak to the issues of the black community, they're no longer connected to what that experience is like. Because, you know, you're Chili from TLC. You know, when you go into a restaurant, for the most part, and they will still remind you on occasion that you are black when you go certain places. But when you go out into the world, people are looking at Chili, the celebrity. Okay, so that gives you a certain amount of cachet in our society. So you don't get the same level of treatment that Marquise from down the block is going to get, just because he doesn't have the same benefits and privileges that you do from being part of a pop group. So, you know, hopefully T-Boz was smart enough to not chime in. T-Boz was like, you know what, I'm dealing with sickle cell. I got enough stuff on my plate. I'm gonna let Chili set this fire and put it out on her own. I'm just gonna sit over here and mind my own business. So Chili, if you're out there and you're listening, please, like, just understand that, like, I'm not going to judge you too harsh because I get what you're saying. I'm a very empathetic, I'm a very compassionate person, and I definitely believe and I subscribe to the belief that all lives matter. I do believe that all lives matter. I do believe that all lives are valuable. But we're not when we talk about Black Lives Matter, we're not talking about all lives. We're talking about Black men who we keep seeing killed and arrested and brutalized. You know, we don't see that happening to the degree that in other races, to the degree that we see that happening in the Black community. It's enough already. And so therefore, you can't hijack this narrative and sort of broaden it to address things that aren't really as much of a problem as it is for Black men in particular. So I'm going to get off my soapbox, you guys, and hopefully, Chili, you get this message because, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, guys. I want to see you guys be successful, but I'm telling you, you're off to a rough start with this new project. This is not how you want to begin a new project with bad PR. Anyhow, you guys, that's it for this episode of In the Loop. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe below. I want to hear your comments too about Black Lives Matter versus All Lives Matter and what you guys think, because I'm definitely, you know, it's people need to understand that it's contextual. You need to understand the context in which people are saying Black Lives Matter. Okay. All right. So follow me across all social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, Cerebral Diva on all platforms. Also remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, in closing, remember to live better, love harder, and always think smarter. It is me, the Cerebral Diva, and I will talk to you guys again soon.